This is the Simpit, I'm Michi Hoyer, and with me is our host Shaun Cole. Hey Shaun, how you doing today?
I am very good, very good. Doing my favorite thing in the world, driving.
That's good to know, that is great. So, yeah, as he is already insisted it, we are going to drive the Corvette C7 around the Sebring. So this is already a preparation session for the 12 hours of Sebring, and we're already sitting in the session. I'm already a spotter, we're ready to go, and Shaun is ready to hit the track, and I would say, let's just take the car out and see how it feels. Because right now we're still on the static and basic set, and we have a lot of work to do.
Sounds good. So I should get out there?
Go ahead. There you go. Right, so Shaun getting ready. He is not hearing me right now, and I would like to have a big welcome for everyone here on the stream. As we take the car out for the first time around Sebring. Currently I'm spotting Shaun Cole as a crew chief, and I quickly want to have a sneak preview on the car. So again, we're running the iconic Zakspeed livery, the blue and orange stripes on the white background in the Corvette C7 car. Really a great looking car. We already raced it together with Shaun Cole and the ACR Zakspeed team around the Daytona 24 hours on the road course. And now we're looking forward to have another good race, another good session, and therefore we already start to prepare for the upcoming race, which is going to be held on Saturday, the 10th of March. And you will see a lot of footage being streamed here on the Simpit, being streamed on Avid Chronic Racing channels, as this is another major event throughout the year on iRacing. And yeah, now we just see how we can work on the car. Let's see how Shaun gets in rhythm with the track, gets in rhythm with the car. I'm pretty sure he loves and likes the car. So going on the back straight, that means we put in cockpit view to access the balance of the car, to access the situation we're currently facing each other. So I can probably guess a little bit what is about his feedback. Right now the car looks very good, could drive it a little faster through that final turn, but we just simply let him go and see what he can do. As we're approaching for turn 1, long left-hander, pretty fast. It's off track though. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to find the right balance around here, because this track literally is a combination of high-speed straights, very fast, and a lot of full throttle sections like here. Now approaching turn 6, the big hairpin. And on the other hand, we have a lot of mid to high speed corners where downforce is really important. So setup is going to be a lot more difficult than it was for Daytona, that's for sure. Yes, Twiggy, this is absolutely possible. I've just turned it down because usually it's Shaun Cole that is difficult to understand, and I hope this is pretty much alright. It's very interesting what you say there, Michael Clark. Heard this the first time, but you never know. Maybe Max is just one of the best racing dogs ever.
There. I didn't even see him coming.
I was a bit surprised as well.
Oh! Did
Yeah,
I go off the track there?
exactly. You broke on the grass. Hey, Michael Clark. Hey, everyone else. A big shout out to you. And I've got my workbook ready here to take down some notes, to be ready to prepare the guys for the upcoming race and assist them very well. So what I definitely need from Shaun first is a very good lap. Just a reference lap time. Hey William, big shout out to you. Alright Twiggy, thanks for the feedback on the sound. I expect Shaun to know this track very well, so I don't think I need to give him a lot of tips and hints on how to drive on this track. I think right now he's still a little bit busy with the car width and getting it right. It's still a bit wiggling. Was that too much understeer?
I had oversteered off the left and kind of caused a little problem for the right.
Remember to do a little bit of trail braking in that car. It pushed the weight to the front, which gives you a lot more downforce on the front. And if you wonder if I look too much to the right, I would love to give you those as well. Oh, I can actually put them down here, so you may still see that. Let me make that different. Wait, I'm only interested in Shaun's time anyway. Oh, can't make this go. Too bad. Let me see. I do not need all that. In fact, I can turn this away. There we go. So now you have also access to the times. I report understeer in mid-speed corners.
I don't think I slowed it down for either corner enough though.
Yeah, but the car looks understeery, especially through those faster corners there a bit. Try to give me a good lap so we can have set a reference lap time. Was this an off track?
No. We're clean.
Copy. So a 21.67 in sector 2.
It wasn't a first gear issue, that was traction.
I need to note myself where S1, S2, S3 ends. So I'm always up to date on those. There are 7 sectors. And I get myself better up a track map with the turns. Sebring road course track map. This is very important that you always have a track map up when talking to your race driver, because you need to know exactly what kind of turns you're talking about, and this is why there's always a track map in a car usually. And I'm pretty sure Shaun can do it quicker. So this is a 155.06, I get, no, 154.97. So sector 1 ends, that was turn 1, right after turn 1, purple, turn 1. Sector 2 ends right after this kink, I guess. Yes. Personal best into sector 2. That is after turn 6. Sector 3 ends. It's a purple one. That was after turn 9. And sector 4 ends right in the middle of turn 12. Sector 5 ends right in after turn 15. No, after turn 14. Sector 6. I think sector 6 was after turn 16 now. It is a green one, that's for sure. Oh, right before turn 17. That is great to know. And sector 7 is obviously the finish line. So that is good to know. That is valuable information for me. Because right now, looking at those times, I can set myself a good reference. 12:54 was the purple in There's also a good lap counter nearby, so this is very great. I can really see where those sectors are turning around. Purple sector 4, and we keep it. Alright, you can box it if you want.
You want me to drive around or just exit?
Well, if you want to practice the pit entry, you just go into pit entry once now. Yeah, I'm also particularly interested in that Sebring, because there is a Sebring already in R Factor 2, but I do not think it's laser scanned.
Do I have anything set as pit limiter?
Alright, we want to have the first set of setup changes, and because it's a team setup, I'm sorry for you guys, but I got to hide you from that. So, Shaun, you were reporting some mid-corner understeer, right?
Yeah, it's right on. It's mostly when I get on the gas. want to turn down my force feedback. I'm killing myself here. And I want to map a button for pit lane.
Yep.
Didn't need that in the NASCAR race. Oh, I guess I want a flash headlights button.
You may want to have that correct.
Actually, I don't want that anywhere near my pit limiter, though. I should be watching my driving line.
Alright, Shaun, you can go out again.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that I turned the traction control off.
Okay. That should help off that hairpin turn where it was just kicking in massively.
What? Tom Jones, what? Who is Robert Mueller? That's not my Robert, though. Ah, Shaun, by the way, I forgot something. Right now I'm sending you a track map so we can talk about turn numbers. That is the very same track map I got on right now, but just for the next time around.
Copy. Good idea.
Yep. So as I was talking, in every car, in every race car, you see this even in Formula 1, they have a little track map on the dash or on the car side. So this is not just because when they crash to say or to determine the location of the car, but also when talking about turns, you know, they were like, okay, I got understeer in turn 12. And depending on whatever track map you use, turn 12 might not be the same on every track map. So this is very important that you agree on a track map to use, and if you then call a turn 12, it is that turn 12. There's only one turn 12. And right now I'm looking to see improved sector times, hopefully. So this was run 1, run 2, now with a new setup. And I already see an improvement in the 7th sector as it is purple. And I don't take the other purples right now, because Shaun should still get in rhythm with everything here. There you go.
Sorry.
This takes a lot of times maybe, but
left right is really hard to get without hitting it.
You need to take it very, very far from the outside, and then turn in the apex pretty late. I can guide you through there.
Also, the concern is that hurt the car if you hit those.
It could actually make damage on the car, yep. Don't brake on the grass.
If I do that again, I have to do like 20 push-ups or something.
Challenge accepted. This is your punishment then? And you do it straight away?
Straight away.
Car's too twitchy now on the rear end, right?
Yeah.
Yo, go to pit, load up that track map, and I will have some recent changes on the car. Right now, I've just made it to oversteery. All right. With that being said, I need to push you away from that screen. Click to edit the set. Work on the chassis. Turn that back on.
By the way, straight away is my favorite thing that people in Europe say that Americans don't.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds cool. I think we say right away, but...
What's the difference anyway?
It's no difference, it's just that I think most people in America say right away, and most people in Europe say straight away, but it sounds cool. I like it, I don't know. It's mostly like the Brits who are like, straight away, and they mean like, right now.
We are the Americans. We are the Americans, and we need to do some sophistication here.
Well, right away kind of implies like, you know, who has, you know, right of way. So it's not, maybe not even properly said.
Yeah. Sounds more like a bit of traffic stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Alright, Shaun, you're good to go again.
You know, normally I don't like flat tracks as much as cambered tracks, but I do like... Sebring is fun. You're on the edge the whole time. Not as dangerous as Bathurst for being on the edge at all the time, but similar in that it's always twitching and bucking. So like, more like that. I was just painfully slow, but...
Right, I'm currently just noting down the sector times of Shaun, the purple ones, so I can have a comparison per sector where we improve or where we make the car worse.
Not enough brake. I'm trying to carry a little more speed. Felt like I was over before. Yeah. Now this is good.
Alright, if this is good, this limitates us in setup, obviously. Let's see if the spin reoccurs here. You need to check in turn 17, so final corner, whether the spin reoccurs because of the no traction control or whether the spin was caused by a malicious suspension there.
Copy. That was me, because I got through there nice and I wanted to reward myself. Sorry. I hurt the car. I don't like when I hurt the car.
We don't either. Yeah, but to be totally honest, Shaun is already looking good for improvements. He's already got some good lap times in, and his optimal should have dropped by a good, I don't know, Good half a second. So we definitely should be able to do low 53s. And if anyone knows what a really good lap time around here is, that would be so great.
Traction control's back on, isn't it?
Let me check. Nope. So if he feels the traction control is on again, that means...
Feels pretty good right now, by the way.
Exactly that. That means that the suspension is now on a very much better level than it was before. I would try to take the second king of this turn 14 a little bit more to the left, so you can straight away line up with a braking zone for turn 15. Know what I'm talking about? The little double left-hander, which has like tiny little kings.
Yeah, and do what there for the double left-hander?
Skip the first apex and hit the second apex so late that you literally are already lined up for the braking zone.
Copy. Gotcha.
So already sector 4 is a 11:47, which is definitely quicker than the lap times before. That is great. That works very much to our liking. Tom Jones.
We're doing trail braking. That's not the car, I don't think. That twitchy on entry, I think that was all me.
Copy. Try to not trail brake then and more coast. Tom Jones, the car is... Yeah, exactly. It's a Daytona prototype, so the Corvette C7. Kevin, feel free to join us.
Same thing here on this one.
You want to stay away from the curb at the entry of 13. And now stay to the right, and now go to the left. Exactly like that. So that you stay on the inside and be already lined up perfectly for the braking zone.
Copy that.
May want to hit the apex in 16. And I would even approach turn 17 from far more outside.
Okay.
That will mean you will cross the bridge in a different angle. Personal best, by the way, 153.89.
This setup feels pretty darn good, Michi.
Thank you.
I mean, it's so good I'm getting greedy. That's the, you know what I mean? That was like me going flying. Let's go. Sorry though.
Yep. No worries. By the way, recently we got put down on a challenge. So Michael Clark, $10 if you make it 151s.
Oh my. Michael likes to see me sweat.
Well, he likes to see me sweat in the Porsche, so same for everyone. Nah, you can do it. You're lacking a lot. Right, as this lap is for trash, we concentrate on the turn 17 entry now. Purple sector 2, by the way. Right, approach turn 70, not or on the left hand side from the middle of the road. So stay on the left, no, more left, and now turn in.
Okay.
So you want to be inside right here, yeah, and then go wide.
Okay. I'll go wider. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to go longest straight and then turn in more sharply.
Ooh, I really blew that one.
May want to put the brake bias a click forward.
My mouse started moving everywhere. What the fuck going on? Sorry.
No worries. Your sector lap times pointing to a 152.9.
Alright, now that's blowing, I might as well do this. Alright, I'm back on. Sorry, bud.
Everything's alright.
Alright, 17.
Tom Jones, that still needs some confirmation. And we will look into that on the 9th and 10th of March. So yeah, go straight a little longer. Stay to the left. Still to the left. No, you're turning into... Ah, wait. Okay, that was my fault. Let me rewatch that quickly. This could be my fault right now. Pointing...
I don't think I did it anywhere close to right.
No, it was me being totally wrong. You know, I was used to doing the Formula Renault that you can go all the way to the left and turn in, and it works pretty nice, but you're approaching it a lot quicker in that car. Just keep doing it the way you did it.
But go a little wider.
A tiny bit. Now you had the brake bias too much at the front, right?
I missed the zone.
Robert wants to know whether we are running the default weather, so 104 Fahrenheit track temperature. I can look that up myself.
Weather?
It's no, mostly cloudy, 18 degrees Celsius, and track temperature is 24 degrees, which I think is an equivalent of around 80 Fahrenheit. What's the Fahrenheit? What's the Fahrenheit currently?
Track weather. I have it at 76 weather.
So this is default then.
Yeah.
I'm again working on a set. Let me check something.
Oh, track is 76. Yeah, cloudy 65 weather. Sorry. Reading like a dummy.
Right, you can go out again. Focus a bit. I know you can hit your mark, so do it. Robert, is the default race condition in 104 degrees Fahrenheit? Not your fault. Alright. Remember that there is that bump under the bridge of turn 17. Don't hit that ever again. Currently doing really good. Sector 2 is a 21.56. So not pitch perfect, but a good approach. Alright, Robert, we have a look into that for the next session. Yeah, this lap is for trash already. Alright, this is sector 4 coming up.
A little too wide.
A bit. No, Paul, the race is going to take place on the 9th and 10th of March. Yeah, may want to be turning a little earlier. Yes, this is the right approach through turn 5. Was a lot better. Sector 2 is definitely going to be a 21. Yeah, 29. 21.29. Now looking for a good sector 3. 1644 to beat. 1650, so not an improvement in that lap. Obviously sector 4 was bad before. 1161, no improvement either. Thank you very much, Paul. Coming up turn 15. Could go a lot more in the inside there. Yeah, exactly. A 1483 for sector 5 and a 23.62 for sector 6. Yeah, this was good. Just try to get a little on early on the throttle and carry a bit more speed.
Copy.
Definitely a fast sector 7. And stop going on the grass on the back straight. Remember to not slam the gas. Slowly but surely. Oh, Chris Bassett, I'm sorry to hear that.
Ah.
Missing the apex of 15. Yeah, that was alright. So sector 6 should be an improvement. .09. Oh, you could have been so much more early on the throttle there. Where are we losing the time? Literally in sector 5. Let me losing a bit in sector 4. Sector 1 is pretty much alright. Hey Robert, thank you for passing by here for a quick shout out. Bit too twitchy there. .21.19, that is definitely the fastest sector 2 we had in that run.
That's
Nope.
not the one.
Just keep doing mistakes a bit. 153.99, so he's just a tenth away from his personal best. Right, I'm still. How is the car right now?
It's mostly good. There's a little twitchiness to it, but I think that's me kind of stabbing things and twerking it.
You keep missing the apex of turn 15 there.
15?
Yeah, that first of the right hand, that's where it just went through.
Okay. I feel like I'm missing a lot of apexes.
Agreed. Gas, 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 gas. Yeah, the switching is alright. We can fix that. Purple sector 7, there you go. Looks like a solid sector 2 so far. Definitely a 21. 36 though, and I think he misses a bit on turn 2. Hey Broken Sticks. Hey Ron. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Robert. So easy to miss that. 1658 is not purple on sector 3. Sector 4 coming up. 1174, nope.
That one?
Yeah, still missing that. $14.61 is a good sector though. Sector 6 will miss some time, yep. And throttle, 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 throttle. Really need to try carry the speed. This is nothing more important than that. Slow in, fast out. Try to stay a lot more on the outside here of 2. Wait, and now turn in. Yes, exactly like that. Same for the turn 5. Exactly like that. If you make that perfect, you go into the 20s for sector 2, I'm pretty sure. $21.19. Close. I see the rear end is a bit too twitchy.
I'm wondering if maybe first gear is not the gear.
You think second is better?
I don't know.
Try it.
Or is it just me having a little more control with the gas pedal because I'm still stomping it?
Oh, dang, Tom Jones. Let me get the traction control on for a split second and go on. Oh wait, or as you are in the car, in the pits, I will quickly readjust something. So if you would have to take a quote on the balance of the car, what would you say is missing?
Say could use just a touch more mid-corner rear grip. Feels like the front end digs in a little bit. The rear end just kind of is trying to track the whole car out. And it's still really bouncy in those fast mid-corners. On smooth parts, it's really good unless I overdo the braking. It's like when I was having difficulty at turn 1 at Daytona because I was braking too hard and loading the nose and really changing the balance of the car when it needed all 4 wheels. Well, this place is so flat, you really always need the 4 wheels working together. So I think I'm still nose diving it just a hair, and I could probably carry 10 miles an hour more speed if I were to let the car settle before entry.
Okay.
It's like I almost have to go into the mentality to like we're in conserve mode, you know, and then I'm gentler on the gas and rolling it into the corners more. Because I think I'm trying to get too much out of the car is what I'm doing at the wrong spots. It's like, well, you can't push braking any further. All you're going to have to do is scare yourself and hold more brake.
Okay.
I don't know. That's my opinion of what I'm doing. And then on exit, I'm still just all gas. I'm trying to be smooth. On some corners I got it, on others I'm just stomping.
How would you rate, as you said, it could carry a lot more rear, was it rear grip you lacked in the fast corners?
Yeah. Well, it
Alright.
felt like when it was bouncing, the rear end would slide and then the front end would follow. Like the front end was trying to hold, but the rear end was pulling it off.
So the rear could not follow the front when bouncing.
Right. And then you kind of teeter-totter after that. That's what was making 17 really hard to get back on the gas, is any bump, all of a sudden, it would change the rear end. Feeling mostly good for first laps, though. I know I can get more of it. I'd like to see a 51.
You can do it. I'm pretty sure of that.
I should be looking at the track map. What?
Alright. This is set, this has passed, that looks good. That looks fine.
Off the hairpin, that's just all me. I think there's a straight shot that I'm not finding to get it turned enough. It's
Okay.
just one straight line out of 7.
Copy.
I'm still turning and ending up with a wiggle on top of goosing the gas. All right, on 11, I gotta treat more like Bishop 14. I gotta skip the first apex to hold the second one to get further out, setting up 12 where is one of my danger zones, and I don't want to make that. I don't want that to be risky. I need to get 11 tighter and exit the corner earlier so I can set up 12, 13.
Yeah. You don't want to touch.
Talked about 15. I have to make my apex.
To be totally honest, you exit 12 in the middle of the road, and you do not touch the entry turn or the entry curb on the outside of 13 at all. You just drive towards it before you then go a little straight, and the rubber line is going inside, or it's going towards the apex pretty early, and you want to stay outside of that still, and then turn in the apex pretty late, but carry out all the speed towards turn 14 then. This is what you want to do.
Okay. So 12 is where the one spot I'm actually trying to use too much track.
Yes.
Okay.
And 15, you're failing to use enough track. So turn 15 is the first of the triple rights of the triple chicane before the Ullman straight backwards to turn 17.
And I think that's one curb I can drive over too, right?
Yes, exactly. I would even say you can go beyond the curb onto the right line, and then the car is going to be dragged around the corner. Right now, the guys in the stream can see the exact corner I'm talking about. So the curb looks pretty much like being able to drag the car around this corner.
Okay.
So if you are, sorry guys, you could not see it because I'm still on the on the camera to hide stuff. So if you are good to go again, go. Right, I'm getting my sheet up again, because meanwhile Shaun has a different car set up again, which means I now need to redrag the sector times and see if there pops up some purples. Nothing to look at right now really, and I hope the balance is fine. And if you have any difficulties on balance, just let me know. As Twiggy is with us here in the server because the car behind is a number 99, the Nick Veltenar. So that is Twiggy from the chat. Thank you for joining us here on track. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, I'm living the dream a little bit, doing a bit like Rudy van Buren stuff. Still can go quicker on that apex. Now concentrate on hitting the apex of 15. Have to go a little bit flatter in the angle, so not cutting too much there, but pretty much better than before.
But come in more like that instead of like that.
Yes, exactly. Was the right approach, definitely. Yeah, puts you in close to a purple sector 6 immediately. Although the exit of the turn 16 was not perfect. So, approaching turn 1. A little bit twitchy on the rear end. Off track that was. 12:44 though, by a mile. He smashed his purple lap time.
Sorry, I was just trying to carry a lot of speed. Less brake, more speed. Sorry.
Was turn 1 an off track?
On exit, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you just hit purple there in the sector 1. Well, literally, if you do that corner right, you're still gonna be purple. Yeah, Robert, I agree. He was much better through turn 15. Yeah, try to use this lap as a learning lap. Concentrate on 10, 11, 12. Carry more speed out of 10, more to the inside into 12. Yeah, a bit better through 13. Now again, test drive the turn 15 correctly. Very good, just like that. Purple sector 5. So you're slowly getting there. Sector 5 was the fastest you ever did by 1.5 tenths. Try to carry the speed. Great sector 1 still. Probably want to note that since that is valid. Ah.
I finally did what I wanted through that corner.
Will you say car is too reluctant now to turn?
No.
Copy.
Hold it, hold it. Yeah, much later on that corner, I think, sets it up better.
Considering the slow entry, this was a good sector 3. I think you could go a lot faster out of turn 10. Yeah, if you hit the apex, this is pretty much brilliant through 13. Now 15 again without screwing up 16, please. Gas, 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 gas. Need to be earlier on the gas there. You're giving away free space on the exit. Brilliant out of 5. $21.16 on sector 2.
Oh, what was that?
Right, Shaun, you want to have a 5-minute break?
Let me go through this back half real quick, and then I will. I just want to see a couple of corners real quick, and then I'll...
I would love to see a 152 because you can do it.
Yeah. It's alright, I was testing that. That's okay. Except it screws up 15. Alright, one more lap, Michi, and then I'll take a break, yeah?
Yeah, just if you want, we're gonna have a longer debrief then. Lovely 15. Lovely 16. Just about right. Save that to your memory. Wanna be even earlier on the gas there, even if it's just 75%, but you need to have more power out of that corner. Too less grip there. 1246. That is personal best in that run. Now sector 2 look pretty okay, not too fast though. 21:22. Sector 3 is still missing on the board. A 16 point. 7.3. He's still missing 3/10 there. And I wonder why if that has to do with the apex of turn 6. Sector 4, 11.73. Ooh, twitchy there on the exit. Sector 5. 14.52. Nope. That looks good though. Could be purple sector 6, I'm not sure. Yep, there you go. Sector 6, 22.98. Just from the looks, the turn 17 looked alright. 13.78, not personal best on this one. But a 153.44 as a personal best lap time overall, which is great. I mean, progress is done slowly. No, that's...
Yeah, alright, I'll take that break.
Sector 2 is not good.
I thought I had it on that last lap.
Okay.
Alright, take 5.
Copy.
Oh, I'm hotter than I thought, too.
Any thoughts?
No, I mean, right now, I might... Oh, I don't even want to say... I might have just a understeer on the fast corners now.
Mm-hmm.
Now that the rear end's tracking better, now it seems like the front end isn't getting as much grip as it maybe could.
Okay.
But not, I mean, but not very much.
I mean, yeah, we're getting back and forward now, you know. I mean, we have to settle in the middle now.
Yeah.
I mean, we were coming off from way too much understeer, going into way too much oversteer. Now we have a slight fast corner understeer, which we can fix, I'm sure. I can see the understeer in turn 1, and I pretty much can see it into turn 17. With that being said, though, let me see if I can do something.
Well, those are kind of important corners too. The other thing is, now I remember this distinctly from a different race here, endurance race, where the bump in 17 was affecting our setup change. So we end up building a setup that's great, but if you hit the bump wrong, it would send you around. One of our guys just wasn't prepared for that and it looped him. But I kind of remember it being like, well, the best setup was one that you just kind of have to deal with the bumps. I'm going to walk out and get fresh air, though. It's really hot in here all of a sudden.
One final question.
Uh-huh.
6th gear. Too long, too short?
I only touch it for a minute, and it's almost like, do I bother? And it's just right before going into 17. So you could probably, I never hit the rev limiter, wasn't in it long, but I might not have gotten a good enough run out of 16 to really test it, and we haven't done that following anybody either. I think if I had any kind of draft, I'd be going a lot faster.
Your top speed was 264 and the 6th gear was laid out for 318. So I've shortened the gears now.
Yeah.
If I go any slower, that is just 264. If
you shorten the whole stack, then I would not use first for turn.
I did exactly that. I mean, you can adjust the gears pretty much to your liking.
Yeah, I don't know if we need 6th gear.
We need it.
Or just have 6th gear for like an overdrive almost.
No, we need 6th gear. Like, you know, the more gears you have, the more you are working in your power range. Saying,
yeah.
I mean, in that car, the transmission is pretty much straightforward or right forward, however you want to see it, as American or as a European. But I mean, you know, if you have 4 gears available, you will rev up the first gear, shift it into 2nd, and then be whoop, and then the power rises. You get 3rd gear, whoop, and then the power rises again. However, if you have the 8 gear gearbox over a 4 gear gearbox, that means you're running just 50% more in power because the RPM range is always at the top, right where those engines are producing max power. So the more gears you have, the more max power you have available in average.
True. Very true.
What I could do though is make the 2nd gear so short that you don't have to use 1st gear. But we need to fiddle that out, and I would say now you take a break, and I will get myself a new coffee as soon as you come back.
I'm gonna refill my drink, wipe off sweat, get fresh air. Be back in 3.
Copy. Hey Dave Carso, thank you for joining.
Oh, I didn't say hi, and you were protecting me, so no evil snuck up behind. You're such a good.
Here's Max back again.
Got me when I was driving. So good.
So I've done just some recent changes to the gearbox right now, which should give us a little more power. And if this more power is only just enough to make us go a little faster, that would be so great. Furthermore, I'm readjusting on the rear right height to put in a little bit more rake. And despite the bumping is pretty bad, I want to see if I can make the front end a little bit better over the bumps, because this will clearly help us then. Still a bit worried right now because this understeer he reported to me could be caused by a various of things though. I think I keep that now for a split second. Yeah, Nate Dog, usually you would say this is a smoke break, but I do know that he's not smoking. Donald, well, yeah, I think a tractor having 18 gears is a kind of different approach than a car, because on a tractor you have or you want to have a lot of torque mappings, because if they're plowing all the machines behind them or if they're plowing on the fields, you want to have the right set amount of torque in order to have a good plowing ready and stuff. So you're ready to go again?
Yeah.
Copy. Yeah. So I reset the setup. You're good to go. And I will be away for a split second getting me some coffee.
Okay.
Means you can freely talk to the crowd if you want.
Okay. Hi guys. This is my first session in the car. Trying to get a little work done before I go on vacation. And then I'm gonna have to come home and drive through the night to do final prep. Getting through the gears much quicker. What apex? I didn't even see the apex there. Ran out of gear. Whoa! Bump.
Alright, I'm back.
We're running out of gear.
Too short?
Yeah, 6 is running out before get to the end of the backstretch.
Okay.
I'm getting through the gears just a hair quick. Like first and second feel good, but you could stretch out 3, 4, 5 to get to 6 later.
Mm-hmm. Let me check. So six is too short, you said?
Yeah.
Like much or just a bit?
10 miles an hour.
Okay.
16.5 kilometers. A little less than that, but yeah.
Try again.
Setup felt really good though, by the way.
Okay, so balance is fine now.
Yeah.
Copy.
Sorry.
Right, so
Third.
let's see if he can improve it here. If he says the car balance is alright, he definitely should be able to go a bit quicker. I've definitely shifted the balance a bit more to the forward, and I hope you guys can somewhat bear with us and stand the fact that we are keeping the setup more or less private, because it's very important for the team. And I will have a quick check with the gears. Is gearing fine now? Shaun?
Yes, feels great. Sorry, Michi.
Bang, turn 1, that was great. That should be purple. Right, either my life timing is dead or he just hit a 1260. Our lap counter is still working, so he hit a 1260. Actually, it's me being... No, I'm live. Ah, there we go. He hit the purple. I was on the wrong car. Those are great numbers, by the way. Just looking at them. 12:45, 21:16. That is great timing there. 16:43 is sector 3. That is great. Yeah, that cost the time. Nothing he could have done about that. Once again, Shaun's optimal is pointing very nicely. So Shaun just did a 153.44. Alright, carry all the speed and now try to do a great lap. Your sector 7 was purple last time around. Your optimal best time would be a 112.9. Sorry, 152.9. Is the car too twitchy in the rear?
No.
Copy. 12:43 sector 1, great stuff. Looks like a solid sector 2 for me, a 21 low.
The car is excellent.
21.10. Currently Twiggy is doing the exact same lap time, 153.44, and this is only marginal. If you look at the results, it's 438 against 442. Looking at sector 3, a 16.7, not the very best he did, but you could work with that. Sector 4, 1170 as well. That was quicker though. They're working his way through, optimizing his sector. Sector 5, 14.50. He could have done that faster. Sector 6 should be a really good one. He was pushing hard there, very clean. Coming up at their approach to turn 17 at 22.9 flat. That is great. I think you were too late on the gas. I quote you the sector 7 time, which is 13.92. You are able to do a 13.6. However, Shaun takes it
late as can be. Come on.
faster there. 153.26, a personal best 153.26. Slowly getting there. Gearing is fine now for everything?
Yep.
Copy.
The car is beautiful, Michi. I mean, I'm sure we can prove it, but it's a good car.
Okay, copy. Is the bouncing gone over the bumps?
Not entirely, but it's better. It's much more stable over the bumps.
Copy.
I haven't hit that corner right yet.
Well, go for it then. Yeah, it's alright. You need to find the balance.
It's after that bump. It's like you have to clear that bump before you go gas, I think. But it's knowing when you hit it. closer.
Please hit the apex a bit more in turn 16. And then smash it into the 52s. That's alright, carry the speed, go for it. Yeah. Come on, clean lap now. Bit off in turn 1 to my understanding, hitting a 12.43, which is spot on what he did the best there. Sector 2 will be slow though. Expecting it to be 21.3, something like that. So coming up, Sector 2 time is 21.23, close. I'm not sure whether he's losing time on the hairpin there. Sector 3. 16.72. Missed the apex of 10. Sector 4. 11.75. This was a good apexing though. I mean, he can do it, no doubt. Sector 5 was fastest in that config. 14.41. Sector 6 could have been good. .94, almost personal best for him there. Yeah, not the worst Sector 7. 14.02, put it in 153.4. Don't spin. So how would you say you can improve the balance? If so?
Let me think about it for 1 second.
Copy.
It might be just a teeny tiny bit stiff overall, so just still a little bouncy. Because there's so many corners where everything's going, front end seems to be track, rear ends, bumps just push you wide, but I mean, that's part of Sebring. But it happens throughout. Mid corner out on fast corners, I'm understeer.
Wait.
On slow corners, I'm oversteer, but that might just be a result of horsepower.
So mid corner out is understeer in fast corners.
Yes. Except for 17. 17
Because of the bumps.
Yeah, 17, it's like the car almost flips over on its balance for 17. So everything it does all lap long. You know, when you're asking me to get on the gas sooner, I'm like so afraid because anything I do turns the car too much once it starts to make for the exit of the corner. You're going so fast in, it's fighting to stay out. Then you get your grip, and maybe that's because I'm overdriving entry, not finding my grip soon enough, and then I'm overcompensating from that moment out. So I almost don't want to point a finger at the setup because I think driving 17 entry and then I'm skipping through it, but that's because I'm carrying a little too much speed on entry. And then eventually I'm too slow because I'm late to get back on the gas. Probably also a little too wide at that point. Even though I might have even started off a little too inside on entry, but I skipped my way all the way too wide.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to think.
It's turning really nice, though. I mean, turn-in is really good.
How would you rate the initial turn-in?
The initial turn-in is awesome. Initial.
What after the initial turn-in? It then goes immediately into an understeer, so like turning in very good and then easing out again, becoming too understeery, or how would you say it?
Yeah, well... Yeah, here's a problem. It's understeery, but then I keep coming back to moments still to make it loose. So I'm thinking of 13. And it feels like I really have to just keep turning and turning and turning. But then if I give too much gas on exit, it oversteers. 15, I'm going so fast that I'm just fighting what the car can hold. Pushing too hard into 15 still. 16, everything's good. Fights a little bit of understeer off of 16. 17, I'm understeer on entry. And then I'm having a hard time in that moment when I get to when I can get back on the gas. I think that's like 100 meters goes by that I don't know what the hell I'm doing or the car. 1, I wouldn't change a thing, because if you hit the line, you can do whatever you want with the car. 3, I get a teeny bit of understeer on entry, but it's such a tight little corner, it's hard to avoid it. I wouldn't change the car, right? 4 is fine. 5 is perfect. 6 is perfect. 7, I wouldn't change the car for. 8, 9 is fine. 10, the car is really good through 10 and even through 11. 12, it just gets a little bit of understeer in 13. 14, it's fine. 15, I already got to there, so I kind of started midway through the lap but went all the way around.
Alright, try that. You got 350 left in the session.
It's alright, I have to go after that anyway.
No worries, so we have 2 timed laps if it goes well. I think you should go faster through turn 10 and push the car hard through 11 by cornering a lot. I think you lose time going slower through 10, having a nice go through 11. The dog.
That means it's technically time to go.
Well, tell him 2 minutes 20. 2
Yeah,
laps.
fine. That felt better.
Looked fine to me. Sector 2 could be improved, I think. Looks like a 21.2 again. Although he cut the first... Oh, 21.11. Yeah, he cut the first, like, turn 2 pretty much. Not sure if that Sector 3 was quick, though. 16.67 to beat. 16.85, not really. Yeah. Yeah, that looks better. Oh, lovely 13. Lovely 13. 11.58 in Sector 4, which is great. 14.42 in Sector 5. And traffic. That kills it. Alright, he won't make another lap now.
Yeah, I made myself a little mad there. I blew 17 there. That was not the setup. The setup is really, really good, Michi.
Copy, how would you say the setup is improved though? Like around
Yeah.
turn 17?
Yeah. It stiffened it up a little bit, I think. Or maybe stiff is the wrong word, but the car felt more planted. Going in. Like I mean, I was right away pushing with a little more confidence, which is what looped. I was like, oh wow, this thing's really turning and gripping there now. So I immediately noticed that better pull. Also on the chicane of 15, it corrected that little acceleration hiccup it was getting coming off of 15 and 16. Like I felt like I could be a little more aggressive with the gas right there.
Uh-huh.
So that was nice. I think that was also part of why 13 felt better too.
Okay, copy. Right, it's difficult to say right now. If I look at the very best sector times, let me see what your personal best could be. I just need to sum them up. But you hit your purple sector 2 right in the last lap. And other than that, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because obviously while going through different kind of setups, you might favor one sector over another. But I'm pretty sure that the sector 6 is not the best time. You just did a 23.09 in the last lap, and your personal best was a 22.9. And even with that 23.09, you did not really nail it.
Yeah, I think I have a full. I have, in my guess, I have 1.2 seconds left in me.
Which is very close to what I can see. So I can see a personal best if you combine the optimal sectors is 152.3. So this is 9/10 ahead of what we're doing right now in the 153.2.
Yeah, and I think there's a bit more there because I think there are spots that I still haven't pushed as fast as I can go. So, honestly, so here's my interpretation following that. One, I'm going to concede, even though I know I can find a little time there, but it's a corner. 3, 4 is actually kind of important, not nearly as important as 5. 5, I have not. I think I've only hit it optimally once all day.
Copy. I agree.
7, I can sort out and easily tense because on my best lap, I was nowhere near apex. So if I could have tightened it up, I could have done more there. 8, 9, 10, I agree with you. I can push 10 harder, scrub the entry of 11 because it's unimportant. So I can carry more on 10 and just find the limit there where I'm not going all the way to the side curbing, but still can make 11 clean. And again, a couple tenths there. And this is even over what I've run. This is where I'm still seeing I can do a lot better. 13, I think in the end I hit it plenty because I think I actually had a hair early turn in and had to turn out and then back in. So on my best one, it wasn't even a smooth entry. 15, I think I'm starting to get, and a good entry to 16 just means a good exit to 16, which I think I've still left plenty on the table there, to be honest. I don't, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think my optimal is still far off from what I'm capable by a bit.
Yeah, could be. What I'm seeing of looking at turn 15 is, you've done it much better than at the right beginning of the session. I agree with that. But looking at 15 and 16, how these corners go into each other, and this is what I've experienced a lot in the Formula Renault. You don't want to run 15 like a single right-handed turn. You want to run it and do not come over like halfway of the circuit. So what you do in that little left kink, is pretty much the very same you do around turn 14. You try to set up the car for turn 16 already in that little left-hand corner, which is still belonging to turn 15. So the exit of 15 is the left hand, and you want to slightly touch the curbs. Don't go over the curbs because that might spin the car, but you want to slightly touch the curbs to go earlier on into that runoff area to have a perfect angle for 16.
Okay, so I'm hitting 15 early like I wanted to. We weren't, but I'm coming off of it early. I need to hit with it so that I'm coming around the left of 15 a little better.
Yes, basically.
Instead of having to do it later where I have to get that kink out, which I'm not doing well.
I'm not actually. I would not actually say you have to turn to hit 15 early, because if you would hit 15 early, you go wide at the exit. You want to hit it.
No. Right. My entry is good. I'm pulling out of it.
Yeah, you might carry just a kph or two too much speed. So you want to get on a little later on the gas to stay more to the middle, but then have a perfect run towards 16.
Right.
Because
Instead
you can
of getting the gas early, which is make hit the left way too early.
Yeah, you're basically hitting the left turn in the wrong angle. By going too far to it from the inside, this tracks you too wide, and you have no time to get into that left-hand runoff area to approach 16.
Right, copy that. Okay.
Other than that, I would say we're pretty much fine.
We're getting there. Not a bad first run.
Copy. I would advise you to do another run in the evening before you leave.
That's what I'm going to do. And I might even squeeze another one in the morning. And then I'll maybe even come home early to get some more in. So we'll see.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Big race.
Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you everyone here for watching. Shaun, want to have your final words?
No, just the same thing that I race in other series, and I have to tell you that I don't find time as quickly when I'm alone, and I'm not saying just the setup, but also just the line refinement. And so whether you have somebody, a friend or teammate who can watch over you, not it's very beneficial, but you can't. If I want to be really critical of myself, if I watch my eyes, and I mean, think about when I pull off the track, Michi debriefs me. And how many of us, myself being the first one most guilty of, how many of us get in and don't even like look at the track map and think about each corner? And when answering or thinking or seeking what to change on the car, how many of us don't look at the map and think, well, corner by corner, what is the car actually doing? And so I appreciate what you do, Mitchy, because we make so much time here. But I just hope that it's something that I can like transfer into every time I'm on the track, because a lot of what we're doing I can do alone without even getting to the crew chief's setup stuff.
Oh, that's some nice feedback for me. I mean, yeah, the point is, you always have to revise on yourself. You always have to do a reflection. That is the reason why a team is doing a debrief literally after every race, because in every race, no matter how perfect it is, you know, imagine you win the free practice, you get pole position by half a second, you win the race with 2 or 3 seconds gap. Still, there might be that one pit stop where the wheel nut has been stuck for a split second. So that still needs to be investigated, because on the next race it could be the other way around, that this split second is the decider. And that is the way we work as a team. We work at Avid Chronic Racing like that, and I also work like that with Shaun. And there's always way to improve. So that is the reason why I'm working with Tricky. I'm working with my setup guys to get other challenges done, to get other laps or other races being better. So yeah, that is very much all about it. Right guys, if you don't have any further questions, I would like to bring this to an end, because I think Max is on fumes. So yeah guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your thoughts. Thank you for all the help. I saw some of you guys giving setup assistance in the chat. That was great to see. That you try to improve all our car to make this one a winning one. Hopefully we can. So thanks Shaun for being here. Thanks Shaun for taking out the car and give feedback. I think the guys now have a good base to work on that.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
So, and I think on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you so much. So this is Shaun Cole, I'm Michi Hoyer, and this is the Simpit, and we see you out on track.